How does dominant inheritance pass on human genetic traits? Imagine a family where one member has a unique color or a rare skin feature. You might wonder how such traits get passed down through generations. Well, the answer lies in how our genes work, especially when it comes to dominant inheritance. When a person inherits a single copy of a dominant gene from one parent, that trait usually shows up in their body. It doesn't need both parents to pass it on. Only one dominant gene is enough to make the trait visible. This is because dominant genes are like loud voices in a room. They overshadow the recessive ones. So, if someone has one dominant gene and one recessive gene, the dominant one will be expressed. Think of it like a toggle switch that turns a trait on. If the switch is flipped to the dominant side, the trait appears. This pattern is called autosomal dominant inheritance because it involves non-sex chromosomes, which means both males and females are equally likely to inherit and pass on the trait. If a parent has a dominant trait, each of their children has a 50% chance of inheriting it. For example, if a parent has a certain eye color caused by a dominant gene, half of their children might have the same color. This pattern often shows up in every generation, making it easy to trace. Some traits like certain blood types or eye colors follow this pattern. When mutations happen in these dominant genes, they can cause strange or rare effects in the body. For example, a mutation might lead to unusual skin textures or eye shapes, creating some of the oddities seen in human biology. The fascinating part is that even if a dominant gene causes a disorder, only one copy is needed for the condition to appear. This can lead to surprising family histories where some members have the trait and others do not. Unlike recessive traits, which need two copies to show up, dominant traits are more likely to be seen because only one gene is enough. So, in simple terms, dominant inheritance passes on human traits by the presence of a single dominant gene that takes center stage, making the trait visible in every generation and affecting males and females equally. This process helps explain many of the strange and rare genetic quirks that sometimes pop up unexpectedly in families, giving us a peek into the oddities of human biology.